Oftentimes, adding AI to your business can be a complete disaster, especially when it involves customer communication or prospect or lead communication. You want to automate that, but how do you do it in a way that doesn't ruin your business? Well, I'm going to show you that in this video, and you can use this for your business, or if you're an agency and you provide solutions to clients, your clients will absolutely love this, and you could sell this to them as a monthly service. Stick with me for just 2 minutes while I give you a demo of this. So you're looking at a request a quote form. This is very common for businesses to have on their website. And so watch what happens when I fill this out. Now, I just filled this out as anyone normally would. Contact information, name. This is for a website. And so there's a website type that was entered in, some description, and you want to have some description about the project, or how else would you even quote it? So this is, we are a mobile detailing service and would like to have a new website to showcase our testimonials and sell car care products. And then I also added this field for what challenges you're facing, generating new leads and helping prospects to choose us. We've got a budget, your preferred contact method, and some other things. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Submit Quote Request. And this is where all of the magic happens, especially if you're a busy business owner. What I've done is I've taken that form submission and I put it in this automation that has one unique thing that makes it all work. So the form submission comes in here. Then right here, we're just determining if it's spam and summarizing what the request is for. Then we're filtering out the spam. Right here, we are writing the subject line of a potential email response to the prospect. Then right here, we're actually writing the email body that goes to the prospect. Now, instead of sending that email to the prospect, which would be ludicrous to just hand over the reins entirely to AI, we're going to use something called a human in the loop. And what human in the loop is going to do is, after all these previous steps have been done, human in the loop is going to send an email to the business owner. Let's take a look at that. Here's my inbox, and here is the email. Let's click into it. And what this email is doing is saying, hey, business owner, you just had someone fill out your request a quote form. Here's a summary of what they're asking for, and I've even written the email that can go to them. If you just want me to send this, click on approve, or you'd like to edit it, there's options for that as well. So here is the email, but down here, if I wanted to quickly approve it, I can click approve. Quickly reject it, I could do that, or I can click on view details. It's going to open up in this page, and I get all of it. When the lead came in, the status, the summary right here. And then check this out. This is the email that AI wrote, and I have the opportunity to edit it. It says, hey, Elon. So I put Elon Musk as the lead. It says, thanks for reaching out and sharing some details about your project. A website that highlights your testimonials and lets customers easily purchase car care products. It sounds like a great way to boost your mobile detailing service. So it's taking the details that I've asked for in the request to quote form. It's just taking those and it's writing a email back. I'd love to learn more about your goals and discuss how we can make the site help generate new leads and guide prospects to choose you. If you're available, let's set up a Zoom call. So I set up the AI model when it was writing this to have this objective of getting the lead to set up a Zoom call, but you can have it be whatever that works for your business or your client's business. And so here's the Zoom call information. Looking forward to connecting, and then my salutation. Now here's the best part. If I just want to send this, I can click on approve, but you have the ability to edit it and then send the edited version. So up here on the top right, you can click on edit. You can click on here and change anything that you want. And then when you're done, click on save and then click on approve. And when you click on approve, the status of this human in the loop has gone to approved, and the prospect has now received that email. So what you're seeing is human in the loop makes it so you just don't hand over the reins of your customer communication, prospect and lead communication over to AI, even though it's very helpful, but it can make mistakes. Human in the loop is going to protect you from mistakes being made. So the business owner received that email. They could have just left it there because most most of us business owners, we're busy people. And I've configured a timeout. And what that means is after 30 minutes, if I haven't responded to that email, it's automatically going to send the response, automatically approve it, and send it to the prospect. This is something that you can easily set up, and I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. And what's really nice is once you set it up once, it's very easy to duplicate for different clients that you have. And especially if you're charging a monthly retainer, you can add this to it to make the retainer more sticky and show that you're actually helping them run their business a lot more efficiently. And it definitely increases the value that you provide to them. So for this, we simply need to do two things, and let's go through it right now. I'll show you the tools I'm using. You can use alternative tools. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a form plugin to create the request a quote form. Now, you might have a form plugin that you like using. You don't have to use the one I'm going to use, which is SureForms. However, I'm using SureForms because number one, it's free. There's nothing that we're going to need to buy to create a beautiful form like you just saw. It's a very popular form builder. It's being used on tons of sites, and I'm an advisor for the company, so there's that too. So we need this, but let's go ahead and let's solve that request and make a quick website. It'll take 60 seconds, make the request a quote form, and set up the automation. Let's use ZipWP's AI website builder. It takes 60 seconds. So I'm going to click on create new, complete website. I'll fill out the business name. We'll name this business Clean My Ride. I chose car dealers, and I'm going to do this in English. Right here, you just need to pop in a description. I put, we are a mobile auto detailer in Dallas, Texas. We've been detailing cars for 15 years. We come to your home or business. We have affordable prices. We mostly work on luxury cars. Just want to pop in some details. I'll click on improve with AI. It's just going to improve it a bit. And there it is. So I'll click on next. And this is just some business details. I'm going to skip this step. And here's going to be some images. I'm going to click on skip this step, and it's going to auto select some images. And now right here, I simply need to choose a layout. So I can choose a layout built with the native block editor of WordPress, or I can choose Elementor if I want. I like this one here, option 22. It looks good to me. Let me see. I'll change the color palette some. Let's go with the blue and the dark. That looks pretty sexy. I'll click on continue. I could upload a logo, but I don't happen to have one. So I'll just click on continue. For this, I'm going to check this box to add an appointment booking because that's so easy to set up as well. This is all fine. I'll click on start building the website. Great, that's done. Let's just take a quick look at it and make our contact form. Here we are. This looks good. That picture doesn't look good, so I'd want to definitely go in there and change out that picture. But other than that, everything else is looking pretty good. This is a multi-page website, contact details. It has everything on it. But let's go ahead and make that request a quote form. So the way you're going to do this is pop in your form plugin of choice, whatever it is. I'm going to use SureForms for this. SureForms is already installed, but you can go to plugins, search for it, SureForms, and easily install it. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on new form, and it takes us here. You can build a form from scratch if you're old school, or I'm just going to click on build with AI. This is part of the free SureForms. You can literally just describe your form and it's going to make it for you. Here's what I put in. We're a mobile detailing company and want to have a request a quote form for our on our website for our detailing services. Create a form with all the needed fields. And so this was, name, phone number, all that kind of stuff. And also include the following. Make sure to ask the preferred contact method, because you can do some really cool stuff. If you know how someone wants to be contacted, you can contact them via text message, which I think a lot of people that use a service like this prefer. And then ask for a description of the work they need done. I want those details so the email can be customized. Ask them to enter the year, make, and model of the vehicle. That's so we know the vehicle that they have, because that's going to be important. So I'll click on generate form. This can make some mistakes or leave some things out. It might need a tweak or two, but it does a pretty good job of getting you mostly there. All right, and here's what it came up with. Name, email, phone number, preferred contact method, year, make, model, description of work needed, and submit. I don't think I needed that. So there was a little mistake. That's okay. Boom, it's been deleted. So you can Build the form with whatever tool you prefer, as long as the automation tool you prefer supports your contact form. What's nice about this, though, is I don't have to purchase a premium version of this for webhooks or anything like that. It just is going to work. Great. So up here, I'm going to click and I'm going to customize the name of this form. Next, what I'm going to do is this form plugin has a feature called Instant Form, and it creates a whole page instantly with the form in it, so you don't have to create a page or put this in Elementor, Bricks, or the block editor with the page. It'll just automatically create it and give you a link. I find it convenient, so I'm going to click right here where it says Instant Form, and I'm going to toggle it on. And you can customize colors. I'm not going to do that, but I do like to make this one adjustment to make the container just a little wide, and you'll see what I mean in a sec. There we go. I'll click on publish and then publish again. And then let's click on view the form. And so here's our form. Actually, I think I might customize it a little bit. It's using the background from the website, and I think I might want it to look a little differently. And just like that, I've changed the background to have an image. I could spend all day maybe tweaking this, but I'm just going to go forward with it how it is. Now, the next step is to connect the automation tool to the website. And for this, we're going to use OttoKit because it has this feature called Human in the Loop. Now, you could substitute OttoKit for a different automation tool, but it needs to have Human in the Loop, that feature that will do all the work, but then get human approval and give the human opportunity to click on the edit button and customize it. So if your automation tool supports your contact form plugin and has human in the loop, you're good to go, and you can follow along and just replicate these steps inside of your chosen automation tool. For this, we're going to use OttoKit. It's great for businesses that need separation, different workspaces, needs team members, and it also has the human in the loop feature, and it's super affordable. As a matter of fact, OttoKit just added this human in a loop feature less than a month ago, and it's what makes this all possible now, to not just hand over the reins to AI, but to keep that approval, that manual human approval process. So the first step would just be to visit the OttoKit website and create an account if you haven't. So let's get OttoKit installed on your WordPress website. There's a plugin, you can add it, and instantly all of the WordPress plugins and WordPress itself that it has integrations with, you can start leveraging in your automations. You simply go to plugins, click on add a plugin, and then search over here on the right for OttoKit. It's OTTO. Here it is, click on install, and then click on activate. It's immediately going to put you into this screen right here. I'm already logged in, so when I click on get started now, it's going to prompt me to connect this site to my existing OttoKit account. If you don't have one or you're not logged in, you'll either have to log in or just simply create an account. So I'll click on authorize and connect. And now I'm taken to the OttoKit dashboard inside of my site, and I'm all connected. Now, if you're going to use OttoKit, I've got something very special for you. It has the ability to share workflows, so you don't have to build that all out. You can click on a link, and I'll add it to the video description. You just click on it, and it's going to allow you to import that workflow that I made into your account, and you just will tweak and customize it. So let's definitely choose to do that. When you visit the link, it's going to take you right here, and it basically has the name of the workflow I'm sharing, and it kind of lets you know what it's using. And you can swap these out, these tools I'll show you in a moment. And then just click on try workflow, and it's now been added to your account. So you don't have to start from scratch. I kind of like that myself. So let me show you how this works and how you can customize it. So the way automations work is there is a trigger, and in this case, the trigger is the filling out of that contact or that request a quote form that we just created. And then there's actions, and this is what do you want to do with the data in that contact form. And that's what these actions are. So you see here it says trigger, and then down here, these are the different actions that will happen once the trigger occurs. and the trigger is that contact form being filled out from SureForms. Now let's quickly go through customizing this for your business. When you click on any of the triggers or the actions, so I'll click right here on the trigger form submitted, this slide out panel appears. So this is going to allow you to configure that a bit. And so you can see it's pre-configured to use SureForms. However, if you are using a different form plugin, you don't have to use SureForms. So you'll click right here, and then you can literally scroll through, and you can also search for the form plugin that you are using. But I'm already using SureForms. And then the event is the form is being submitted. And now I just need to choose the website. And this is the website I just created. So I'm going to click on here, and it's going to show me all the websites that I have connected to my OttoKit account. And this is really cool because you can push and pull data across websites. But this is the website that I just created. So I'm going to choose that, click on continue. And then here is where I would choose the form. Now, when I click on this, you'll see there's only the one form that I created, and that was that request a quote form. So it's already pre-selected here for me, or let me just go ahead and select it. So you're going to want to select the quote form that you've created. And then when you click on next, it's going to ask you to go back to the form and fill it out and click on submit. And that's so it knows all the fields and the data and all of that. So this will just take a second. So I'm going to do that. Here's the form. I'm going to quickly fill it out. Perfect. I filled it out, and now it's showing me everything that I filled out broken up by field. So I've got emails, I've got name, I've got the year, make, and model, and here's the details that I put in for the work needed. I said my car is pretty dirty and needs a deep clean. There are also some stains in the back seat from our dogs. So now that the automation knows the data that's going to come across, we can start using it. So I'm going to click on save. Now let's look at the first step of what we do with AI. So I am using OpenAI, which I've already connected to the automation tool. You can use any AI model that you want. The event's going to be chat completion. And then I want to choose the connection. You can have multiple OpenAI connections here. I'm going to choose this one. Click on continue, and first thing you'll want to do is select the model. Now, OpenAI, the most current models are 4.1. So if you type 4.1, you'll see all the 4.1 models. I'm going to go with Mini. Nano is the cheapest, but I'm going to go with Mini. It's still cheap. It's just a little bit more expensive. And here's what we're asking AI to do. So it says enter AI role. I'll read this really quick. It says you're an email assistant that will filter out unwanted form submissions from a request a quote form for my mobile detailing service. And then it's good to give it the steps that you want it to follow. So step 1, I want it to determine if the submission is spam or a solicitation or someone really wanting a quote. And then I define what spam and what solicitation is for added clarity. Spam, it's obvious form spam submissions. They're clearly not interested in mobile detailing. Solicitation, so where it says mobile detailing, that's where you're going to want to customize this for the service someone's requesting a quote for. And then for solicitation, I wrote someone wanting to sell us something or some service, not get a mobile detailing quote. So you'll want to customize this mobile detailing quote bit of text. And then a real submission is someone providing real details for a mobile detailing quote. And then step 2, if the email is not real, respond with spam. So that's what the AI model is going to say. It's going to evaluate it, and it's going to say, is this spam or not? If the email is real, write a short summary of the request. Only reply with the summary. So these are the instructions that we're giving the AI. Now, most form plugins have some kind of spam filtering. They're not bulletproof, as well as the fact that sometimes people use that for a solicitation. So you don't have to have this step. It's entirely up to you. Then right here for the message, we basically want to send over all the fields of data. So you want to put the field name that you created, and then we want to link it. So let me actually do this from scratch. I'm going to delete this all out because you're probably going to need to do it from scratch. So let me show you how to do that. The first field I want in there is name. So I want the name someone filled out. And so what you do is you type in name and then you hit the at sign on your keyboard. For me, it's Shift 2 and it's for you as well. And then it's going to pull this box up here on the left. And that's where I'm going to choose the field that contains the person's first name. And so that's it right here, data first name. And there it is. And then I'm going to click on enter and I'm going to do the same thing for each field of data. So for example, phone. I'm going to click on the @ sign and I'll look for phone, but I can also type phone like this to get it done a bit quicker and then click on it and it's added. So I'm going to do this for the rest of my fields and you'll want to do it as well. So I've gone ahead and filled this out. The only thing unique is for year, make, and model. Instead of having a new line, I put year, make, model. And then down here, of course, I put the preferred contact method. And what you're going to want to do is click into this box and you want to put it in your clipboard. You want to highlight it all. So for me, it's Command A to highlight everything. And then I'm going to do Command C because I want this in my clipboard because we're going to need it for the other AI steps in this automation. And it's just going to save us some time. And then for max tokens, I just put 1,000. It's probably going to use like 20 or 30 tokens. It doesn't really use that much. Then you click on continue. And then this is cool. You can click on test action. And so it's going to give you an example of the summary or if it's identifying it as spam. And so this one took it as not spam and it wrote this summary. It says, customer Jeff Owens is requesting mobile detailing quote for a 2018 Honda Civic. He needs a deep clean and stain removal for the back seat caused by dogs. Preferred contact method is via email. So it just writes this condensed summary of the quote. And I like to use this with the human in the loop. So I have the context to understand the email that's written to them. So this is all good. I'll click on save. Then right here, I have a filter. So if AI thought it was spam or a solicitation, it's going to just stop. So you go in here, choose filter. The event is filter, and then when you click on configure, right here, this would actually be pre-configured for you. What I'm doing is, let's see. Yep, this is actually already pre-configured. It's basically taking that message from the prior step. If it's not equal to spam, it's going to let the automation continue. But if it does equal spam, it's going to stop the automation. So this filter is optional if you want to do it or not. If you didn't want to do it, you can click on the 3 dots and just delete this step. It's completely up to you. So then in this step, we're going to write the subject line. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to verify everything. I'm going to choose my OpenAI connection, click on continue, keep the same model. And then here's the prompt that we have. I'll read it really quick. You're an email assistant that will write relevant responses based upon the details of the form submission for real submissions. You're just using natural language to tell it instructions. And then it says you'll receive the contents of a request a quote form. And we'll write the email subject line for our response email. This is the key, in an attention-getting, friendly, casual manner. So that's where you can kind of set the tone. And this is good. Don't make it salesy because you don't want that. Or overhyped. AI can get out of control sometimes. No emojis. You have to say no emojis because it just goes buck wild on those. Or anything that would look like spam. Only respond with the subject line. And so for the message, let's go ahead and clear this out. I'm going to click on it and delete everything. And then I'm going to paste in what was in my clipboard. Now don't worry that it looks kind of funny. When you click on save, it's going to match everything up for you. So I'm going to click on continue and we can test this action and see what the subject line it wrote. It says deep clean and stain removal for your 2018 Honda Civic. So it's taking the details and it's giving them a subject line. And so if I click on, let's see, I'm going to click on save and you'll see when I click back into it that it did that mapping the way we wanted. Great. And then this is a fun step. This is where the email is going to be written. So same thing. I'm going to choose my OpenAI connection. And let's go ahead and get rid of all these details for the message and paste in from my clipboard. And let's take a look at this because you'll want to customize this for sure. It says your email is, okay, we already know that part. It says you'll receive the contents of a request a quote form and write the email body in a friendly, personal, yet casual manner. So this is, you can customize and get the tone right for your business or your client's business. But I wrote, don't make it salesy or overhyped, no emojis or anything that would look like spam. I think it's very important to have that. And then you want to add a call to action, like what's the objective of the email? Ask the person to schedule the service here. Here's the link, and then you'll want to replace this with a link to your booking form. I should have made the booking form on the website, but I'll do that maybe. Only respond with the email body. And then it says the email salutation should be from Adam at Detail My Ride. I think I called it Clean My Ride. So how about that? Clean My Ride. Great. So I'm going to click on continue. Let's test this action. And then we're going to be able to see how the email looks. Okay. Let's see and see if you like it. If you don't like it, you can go back to configure and tweak it, retest it until it's looking how you want. And don't worry about it being formatted. It will be properly formatted. So this says, hi, Jeff, thanks for reaching out about your 2018 Honda Civic. So far, it sounds very like human. A deep clean sounds just like what your car needs, especially with those back seat stains from your dogs. We can definitely we can definitely help everything looking fresh again. When you're ready, you can schedule your service at your convenience right here. If you have any questions before booking, just let me know. Looking forward to helping you get your car cleaned up. Best, Adam at Clean My Ride. So I like the way that sounds, but I'm such a perfectionist. Let me spend 30 seconds to set up, or 60 seconds to set up the booking form. So we had it install LatePoint. LatePoint's a free booking plugin. You can even take payments. So you can install it, plugins and new, search for it. So I want to click on LatePoint. I want to go to services. I should do a full tutorial on this. I'm going to click on add a service and I'm just going to call it mobile detailing and I'll fill this out. Then I scroll down and you want to put in the duration. I'll just leave it as all the defaults since this isn't really a tutorial on this plugin. I'll click on add service. So now we're going to hover over the service we just created, click on the lightning bolt, and it opens up this really cool interface where you can make an instant booking page. So you can go here, you can customize the style to, be whatever you would like it to be. Let's do something sleek and dark like this. Perfect. And then I'm going to click on copy URL. So now we have the URL we can use inside of the automation. So I'm going to go back to configure. Here's the URL. I am going to cut this out and change it. It does give you this long URL. I would probably use a link shortener for this. And I know that they're going to have it be a shorter link soon. So I'll just click on continue and save. Perfect. So now we have this subject, we have the email body, and then right here under get approval, you'll choose configure. And let's take a look at the options. So you can be notified via email or WhatsApp. I think for most business owners, email's better. Then you want to put in the email of who you're going to be sending this approval email to. So that's you, the business owner, or your client. Then you want to put some custom information here, especially if you have multiple automations. So I put mobile quote response. And then right here for the approval message heading, this is where I want to put that summary. So let me delete this out and show you. I'm going to hit the @ sign. I'm going to collapse the SureForm data. And this is the step in the automation, the second step where we created that summary. So I'm going to expand it, and then I'm going to click on the summary right here. And that's where that's coming from. And then this is the same thing. We're going to choose that email message that AI wrote. I'm going to click the @ sign, collapse SureForms, and it's going to be this option right here is where we actually wrote the email. I'm going to expand, and I'm going to click on it right there. Perfect. And when I scroll down, this is where you have some cool options. Do you want to allow the person receiving this email to edit it? Probably yes. You can set the timeout and then what happens when the timeout. So I have this set that if I don't respond in 30 minutes, it's going to auto approve. So here's the 30, here's where it's minutes, and then here is what happens. Do you want to stop everything or do you want to auto approve? And so I'm choosing auto approve. and then I'll click on continue. And this is where you do want to test it. So I'm going to click on test action. And let's go to my inbox. And here's the new request. This one right here is from the beginning of the video, and this is the one that was just sent. And I can click on it, and here is the email. You can see it's properly formatted. And if I like this, I can just ignore it and it's going to auto be approved in 30 minutes. That's a good timing. Or I can click on approve to send it now. Or I can click on view details, let it open up here. I can get the summary of the customer, and I can see the email and optionally edit it if I would like to, or I can also reject it. And then this last step here is where the email is actually sent. Let's just take a look at it. You click on it. You'll choose your email sending service right here and your connection, and then you'll click on continue. And you'll want to fill this out. Who is the email from name and the from email. And this is the email that's going to actually go to the person that filled out the request a quote form. And then right here, you'll put in their email from the form submission, the subject line that AI wrote, and the email that AI wrote, and the email will come across. So let me click on continue. Let me click on test. And this is actually going to go to my inbox. So let me pull in a screenshot. Here's that screenshot. Adam's Mobile Detailing. Here's the subject line. And it just sounds so human and so natural. Everything that is in here was customized by the AI using the information that the prospect gave me. So now all you have to do is click on save. Your automation's all done. You can go crazy, do some crazy things. So someone chose they want to be text messaged. You can add that logic in here to email if that's what they chose, text if that's what they chose. You can even choose phone and use 11 Labs to place a call to them in your voice. I wouldn't recommend it though. So there's a lot that you can do. So all you have to do now is click on publish and you're set to go. Now what's really cool is there's these 3 dots here on the top right. You can clone this. So if you have another client or another request a quote form, you can create a custom isolated workspace and then copy it to that workspace for a new client. And then you can invite them to manage that workspace as well. There's lots of options that you have here, export, things that you would expect. Well, so let's recap everything that we did. We created this website for a mobile auto detailer. You'll want to spend a little bit of time tweaking it and making adjustments, changing images and stuff like that. But it's all pretty quickly done. Ooh, that's kind of weird. It's Breaking Bad style. Then we created this beautiful custom request a quote form. We also used AI for this one, and we used the free SureForms. We also created this custom booking form right here. That was just like 1 minute of it where you can have people book services. And there's a lot to this, but I covered it very briefly. And we created this full automation to automate it all using human in a loop. I'll put links to everything in the video description down below for your convenience. The shareable links to the different websites and the services, as well as I've got a few ideas for automations like this that are really useful and practical that can automate your website, automate other parts of your business, and I intend on making videos for that. If that interests you, certainly make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you could give this video a thumbs up. And in the comment section, let me know what changes you think I should have made to this automation, as well as if there's anything that you would like to know how to automate and you'd like to see a tutorial on this channel. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.